Hello gamers! Today we are going to be talking about how to freaking get good at freaking Geometry Dash. Alright, so the first thing you need to know is hitboxes. Look, if you aren't familiar with what freaking hitboxes are, they're like the area where you can die on an object. Like for example, a freaking spike. You shouldn't have the mentality where you say like, oh, if I'm gonna freaking touch that spike, or saw, or block, or whatever the frick it is, I'm dead. Like, that's not what you should be thinking. What you should do is freaking go to the editor and really start learning the hitboxes of every single freaking object that is in that freaking editor thingy. And I know it sounds freaking retarded, and that's because it is a little bit, but if you want to get good, you should freaking learn those. So I'm gonna freaking make sure to learn those, and despacito. Ah! Oh my god. Actually, not a... Oh god, okay. Number 2, input lag. Alright, this is definitely... Are you serious? Are you serious right now? Bro! No! As I was saying before my freaking fire alarm went off, number 2, input lag. Alright, as I was saying, this is definitely one of the most important things on this freaking guide. Having the lowest amount of input lag is pretty much essential if you want to get good at this game. Like, unless you're like high-low or something like freaking... Alright, so I'm gonna assume that like 95% of my viewers use freaking 60Hz monitors, right? Or phones, I guess. Freaking being good on a phone is extremely difficult, and to most people probably takes months to practice. You can't really lower your freaking input lag on a phone unless you're like connected to a wired mouse or something. If something like that even exists, I guess. But it is possible to be good on mobile. Alright, we've seen it before from like Hilo Pakolsky and Stiletto. So freaking yeah. And then we have the 60Hz players. More than likely, you know, you, the viewer, are a 60Hz player. So, you know, Hertz basically means like how many frames your monitor can display in a second. 60 being 60 frames. So let me put it like this: the more hertz, the more smoother your monitor's like motion's gonna look. So like the more frames you have, the less input lag you will have, since your monitor can execute that input faster. You know what I'm saying, boys? You know what I'm saying? Okay. So if you have a 144Hz monitor, which like maybe 5% of my viewers do, your input lag will be highly reduced. Now, look, even if you're like 60Hz, you don't have to necessarily go out and like buy a 240Hz or 144Hz monitor, unless you want to become a god, like Hotball, or Sonics, or Whooshy, or me. Me, I'm joking, okay? I'm bad. There are some 60Hz monitors out there that can overclock your monitor to like 65, 70, 75 Hz, maybe 80 if you're lucky. Not all monitors can do it, but you might as well try it if you have a 60Hz monitor. I'm not gonna talk about overclocking your monitor here, but there are a lot of guides on the internet that tell you how to overclock your 60Hz monitors. So yeah, freaking next step. Practice makes perfect, boys. Alright, obviously practice is one of the key things you need to do to get good at the game, because, you know, without practice, you're trash. Do some demons and slowly work your way up to the harder things. Don't just stay at easy demons. Try to go beyond easy and medium demons, you know what I'm saying? Like, do things like fun, hard demons and such, you know? Don't go for the, you know, the bad demons like Game Over and like freaking Acropolis and well, freaking like a lot of other demons. Once you're ready, try to tackle an insane demon. I know it sounds insane, but it'll take thousands of attempts, but eventually you will do it. Just this one insane demon will probably like drastically improve your skill. Like, that's what I did, and freaking I felt the improvement. So you know what I'm saying? Well, freaking I'm just saying it's a pretty good idea if you want to get good. And you will never, ever, ever be a boss! Okay, boys, number 4, icons. Icons are an interesting thing to talk about in terms of hitboxes. Obviously, all icons have the same hitboxes, no matter how big the icon looks, because, you know, if it wasn't like that, everybody would be using one specific icon for, like, every vehicle, which makes the other icon sort of, you know, like, useless, you know what I'm saying? It makes it freaking useless. So I'm gonna have a list of all the icons that most professional Geometry Dash players use in the freaking description below. And yes, they do help. Yo, fudge! Okay, boys. Okay, number 5, input method. Fudge. There's a lot of different input methods you could use to play Geometry Dash, such as spacebar, up key, controller, touchscreen, and mouse. You can use any of these input methods to play Geometry Dash and be good, I'd say. I wouldn't recommend using 2 of these, controller and touchscreen. I mean, you could still be good with them, but it's not recommended to use. The best input method to use in Geometry Dash is definitely the mouse. Ideally one with a polling rate of 1000 Hz and with very crisp clicks. The mouse I use is a Logitech G203. It goes for like 20 bucks and you can choose a white or black version. The G502 is pretty good too, but if you click hard with it, like it gets like it has like a springy, it gives like a springy sound if you click hard with it sometimes, and I don't like that. And the worst thing about the G502 is I always hit that freaking sniper button. Okay, that sniper button. Anyone who has a G502 to play GD knows what I'm talking about, okay? And it's 30 bucks more, so. In terms of mice, I would recommend the G900 or the G903. I don't like the G502 a lot, but a lot of other people do, so I guess the G502. And I would also recommend the Logitech G203 or the G102. They're the same thing. So yeah. Ha! Wow, that's gonna take ages to clean. Why did I do that? I'm so freaking stupid. Okay, number 6, the FPS bypass. Optional. Now we're sailing into uncharted territory. Ooh boy, uncharted territory. Let's forget the controversy with this and let me tell you what it does. Basically what it does is completely remove the FPS limiter that Geometry Dash has. You can adjust the FPS of Geometry Dash with this tool, and it allows the player to have a little less input lag while playing the game. A lot of 60-year players love to use this, as it gives them about 70% the experience of a 144Hz monitor just from adjusting the FPS to be 144, which is very despacito, obviously. I've tested this program for a while, and I've concluded from a lot of research that the maximum FPS you can use before the game starts bugging is at around, drumroll, 600 FPS. So I guess if your computer can handle that, which I'm not gonna lie, probably can't. Like, if it can't handle it for me, how the do I expect your computer to handle it, you So yeah, freaking, if it can handle it, I guess feel free to use it. The only bad thing about this program is that a lot of people consider it as hacking, quote unquote. I'd say just ignore those people, as they probably don't know what they're talking about. It does the exact same thing that having a 144 or 240Hz monitor does, just with a not as significant input lag reduction and no smoothness improvements. So it's actually worse. It's worse than having a 144Hz monitor. It's okay. So I guess if you don't care about the daemon list, feel free to use this at your leisure. But RobTop plans to make an official version of this program built into Geometry Dash. So if you want to wait for that, go ahead, I guess. So yeah, cool. Well, that's all I have to say in terms of skill improvement in Geometry Dash. Any additional info will be added to the description of this video. Thanks for watching this epic guide, and I will see you gamers in my next video. Dab on your moms. Alright. Oh, fudge, I actually fucked myself up. Roll the outro.